to
Olaves Homework 22 video walkthrough together.
English section. Question 1. The story is told in which point of view? A. First person. B. Second person. C. Third person limited. D. Third person omniscient. The correct answer is A. First person. Why not others? B addresses the reader as you, which is not used. C and D both use he, she, they, but the passage uses I, my. Formula or rule. Point of view check. If the narrator uses I, me, my, it's first person. Question 2. What is the narrator's main feeling in the attic? A. Bored and careless. B. Calm but alert or curious. C. Angry and impatient. D. Terrified and panicking. The correct answer is B. Calm but alert or curious. Why not others? A. Careless is wrong. The narrator moves carefully and observes details. C. Anger is never shown. D. Fear isn't dominant. Tension is quiet curiosity. Formula or rule. Tone from evidence. Note words like listened, careful, looked, or warm, which signal calm curiosity. Question 3. Which detail best suggests the attic has been closed for a long time? A. The window hummed. B. Boxes and trunks formed crooked lanes. C. A faint smell of dust and oranges. D. The lantern was cool and surprisingly heavy. The correct answer is C. A faint smell of dust and oranges. Why not others? A. A sound doesn't date the room. B. Just describes arrangement. D. Heaviness doesn't show age. Dusty smell signals long closed space. Formula or rule. Inference from sensory detail. Dust equals long time. 4. The question, "The lock turned with a small sigh," is an example of options. A. Simile. B. Personification. C. Metaphor. D. Alliteration. Correct answer is B. Personification. Why not others? A needs like or as, comparing two unlike things, which is not used here. C states one thing is another, which is not here. D. Repetition of initial sounds, which is not present. Giving a lock a human action equals personification. The formula or rule is figurative language ID, where object given human trait equals personification. Question 5. What is the most likely purpose of the tiny star scratched on the lantern? Options. A. It shows the lantern is brand new. B. It hints the lantern is special or marked by someone. C. It warns the narrator to stay away. D. It is a maker's factory step. The correct answer is B. It hints the lantern is special or marked by someone. Why not others? A. Scratched doesn't mean new. C. No warning language. D. A factory stamp would be neat or printed, not scratched. The formula or rule is text clue implies unusual mark equals prior owner / meaning. Question 6. Which line most strongly builds a mysterious atmosphere? Options. A. The stairs creaked politely as I climbed. B. It was cool and surprisingly heavy. C. Something inside the trunk tapped once like a polite knock. D. The room beyond was long and low. The correct answer is C. Something inside the trunk tapped once like a polite knock. Why not others? A and D are plain description. B is physical feel only. C adds unexplained sound equals mystery. The formula or rule is atmosphere equals mood. Choose the option with the most suspenseful unknown. Question 7. Question. In context, a kind of quiet brightness, like a thought almost remembered, suggests the lantern A. is electrified, B. glows faintly with its own light, C. feels meaningful even when unlit, D. is broken and needs repair. Correct answer is C. Feels meaningful even when unlit. Why not others? A. Electric isn't mentioned. B says it glows. The text says it seems to hold brightness, more about feeling than light. D. No damage described. The formula or rule is context reading. The figurative brightness equals significance, not literal light. Question 8. Which statement is best supported by the passage? A. The attic is dangerous and collapsing. B. The house seems to have a personality. C. The narrator plans to sell the lantern. D. The trunks are empty. The correct answer is B. The house seems to have a personality. Why not others? A. No structural danger. C. No plan to sell. D. Trunks aren't described as empty. The house whispering, sighed, used personified house. The formula or rule is evidence match. Pick claim with multiple personification cues. Question 9. Mark 2 answers. What is the effect of the repeated orange smell? A. Prove the attic was recently cleaned. B. Link the scene to a warm, specific memory or sensation. C. Show the narrator is hungry. D. Connect the lantern and the trunk as related or significant. The correct answers are B and D. Why not others? A. Dust and oranges contradicts recently cleaned. C. Hunger is never stated. Repetition ties the mood and links objects. The formula or rule is repetition effect. Repeated image equals motif connecting ideas and mood. The question is, mark 2 answers. Which themes are best supported by the passage? Options are A. Rule breaking always leads to trouble. B. Some curiosities are better ignored. C. Curiosity carefully followed can open hidden stories. Or D. Objects and places can hold memories or secrets. The correct answers are C and D. Now, why not others? A is incorrect because no trouble occurs in the passage. B is incorrect because the text rewards curiosity with discovery. C and D align with careful exploring and meaningful objects. The formula or rule we can use is the theme test, which we use to look for ideas shown by events and repeated images. The themes are curiosity and meaningful objects.
On to the math section. Question 11. This question is regarding set theory. If I have set D represented in a diagram with circles, what numbers are inside circle D? The answer is 5, 6, and 9. Set D includes all elements inside of circle D, so those numbers are 5, 6, and 9. Question 12. Now, what numbers are in set C union D? Remember that the union means we combine all the numbers from both sets. The answer is 1, 4, 5, 6, and 9. The union of two sets includes all elements that are in either set. So from the diagram, those numbers are 1, 4, 5, 6, and 9. Question 13. Okay, next question. If we're looking at the complement of set C, what numbers are we talking about? Remember, the complement of a set means all the numbers outside that set's circle. The complement of set C is 6, 7, and 11. So the numbers outside circle C are 6, 7, and 11. Question 14. 34 children take part in an after-school club. The Venn diagram shows how many of them belong to the art group A and the computer group C. How many children do not belong to the computer group? The correct answer is 17. Here's how we get that answer. We need to add the number of children only in art group A to the number of children outside of both groups. So 12 plus 5 equals 17. Questions together. Question 15. Looking at our Venn diagram, we want to find out how many children like both hockey and basketball, but they don't like football. So we're focusing on the area where the hockey and basketball circles overlap, but we're leaving out any part that overlaps with the football circle. The answer is 5, because the number in that specific overlapping region between hockey and basketball and outside the football circle is 5. Question 16. Now let's see how many children like football, but not basketball. The correct answer is 22. To figure this out, we need to consider the total number of students who like football and then subtract those who also like basketball. In the football circle, 21 like only football, and 1 likes football and hockey, which means that 21 plus 1 equals 22. Question 17. Okay, this question involves a map and directions. We have 2 towns, Ballyclare and Antrim, and we need to find the bearing of Ballyclare from Antrim. Remember, bearings are always measured clockwise from the north. If you draw a line from Antrim to Ballyclare, and then measure the clockwise angle from north, that angle is 146 degrees. So, the bearing of Ballyclare from Antrim is 146 degrees. Question 18. Imagine you're standing and facing 45 degrees east of north. Which direction are you facing? The answer is northeast. 45 degrees east of north is exactly halfway between north and east, so you're facing northeast. Question 19. Let's say you're facing southeast, and then you turn 135 degrees anti-clockwise. Which direction are you facing now? The correct answer is north. Southeast is at 135 degrees. Turning 135 degrees anti-clockwise brings you back to 0 degrees, and 0 degrees is north. Question 20. Now we've got a Venn diagram to complete. We know there are 80 students in Year 11. 9 study both French and German, 35 only study French, and 2 don't study either language. So in our Venn diagram, French only is 35, French and German is 9, German only is 34, and outside both circles is 2. To figure out German only, we take the total number of students, which is 80. Then we subtract the 9 who do both, the 35 who only study French, and the 2 who don't study either language. That leaves us with 34 students who study only German. Question 21. From the Venn diagram we just completed, how many students study only German? The correct answer, as we calculated, is 34. We found this by starting with the total number of students, which is 80, and subtracting the 35 who study only French, the 9 who study both, and the 2 who study neither. This calculation, 80 minus 35 minus 9 minus 2 equals 34. Question 22. Gregory is at point O, and there are 2 roads, one towards A and another towards B. B is due south of O. If Gregory walks towards A, on what bearing does he walk? The correct answer is 65 degrees. Remember that a full turn from north is 360 degrees. Now, the angle between B and A is 115 degrees. So if you subtract that from 180, you get 65 degrees. Question 23. Now, how many letters are there in the longest word that can be made using only the letters in bold that have a vertical line of symmetry? Your options are A, there are no words, B, 3, C, more than 3, D, 1, and E. 2. The correct answer is option C, more than 3. Remember that the letters with a vertical line of symmetry are A, H, I, M, O, T, U, V, W, and X. These letters can form more than 3 valid English words, like hot, aim, ham, vow, him, and taxi. Option A is incorrect because some real words can be made. Options B and E suggest too few letters, and option D is also too few. Question 24. Without changing the order of the letters, which letter can be changed in the word capture to make a new 7-letter word? Your options are AC, BU, CP, DE, and ET. The correct answer is option A, C. If you change the letter C to S, the word becomes SATURE, which is close to satured but not valid. But if you change C to R, it becomes rapture, which is a correct 7-letter word. Options B, U, C, P, D, and E do not result in any known valid word. Question 25. Now, which word is the odd one out? Your options are A, hexad, B, hexadecimal, C, hexagonal, D, hexamine, and E, hexahedron. The correct answer is option A, hexed. All the other options are scientific or mathematical words, with the prefix hexa relating to 6, while hexed is unrelated to this group, as it refers to a curse or spell. Question number 26 again. Just like before, we have the sentence, the man saw a beautiful lady, and we're on the hunt for a hidden 4-letter word made from the end of one word and the beginning of the next. Here are our multiple choice options. A, the first letter is A. B, the second letter is a vowel. C, the third letter is A. D, the fourth letter pluralizes the word. E, the word contains more vowels than consonants. Now, instead of looking between man and saw, let's shift our focus. This time, we will look between beautiful and lady. We can take the last 3 letters of beautiful, which are F, U, L, or full, and combine them with the first letter of lady, which is L. Put them together, and what do we get? Full. Now, let's analyze the word full. The first letter is F. The second letter is U. The third letter is L. The fourth letter is L. We have 1 vowel, U, and 3 consonants, F, L, and L. Let's go through the multiple choice options and see which one holds up. A, the first letter is A. Is that true? No, the first letter of full is F. B, the second letter is a vowel. Is that true? Yes, the second letter is U, which is a vowel. So B is our correct answer. Since we know that only one answer can be correct, let's see why the others are incorrect too. C, the third letter is A. No, the third letter is L. D, the fourth letter pluralizes the word. Adding an L to the end of a word doesn't typically make it plural. E, the word contains more vowels than consonants. Nope, the word full has 1 vowel and 3 consonants. So the correct answer this time is B. The second letter is a vowel. On to question number 27. The question asks, without changing the order of the letters in the words, how many 6-letter words can be created by joining any 2 of the words in bold together? And the words we have are car, 10, kit, and pet. Here are multiple choice options. A1, B, more than 3, C, 2, D, none, E3. So what the question is asking is, can we put these words together without changing their order to make a new 6-letter word? And how many can we make? Let's start by listing out all the combinations we can make. Car plus 10 equals carton. Is that a word? No. Car plus kit equals carkit. Nope, not a word. Car plus pet equals carpet. Aha, carpet is a word. 10 plus car equals 10 car. Nope. 10 plus kit equals 10 kit. Nope. 10 plus pet equals 10 pet. Nope. Kit plus car equals kit car. Nope. Kit plus 10 equals kitten. Yes. Kitten is a word. Kit plus pet equals kit pet. Nope. Pet plus car equals pet car. Nope. Pet plus 10 equals petin. Nope. Pet plus kit equals pet kit. Nope. So after trying all the combinations, we only found 2 actual words, carpet and kitten. With that in mind, let's look at our multiple choice options. A1, nope, we found 2. B, more than 3, nope, we only found 2. C2, yes, that's right, we found carpet and kitten. Since we know that only one answer can be correct, let's see why the others are incorrect too. D, none. That's not right because we found 2 words. E3. That's not right as we only found 2 words. So the correct answer is C. 2. Question 28. Now, we have to find the pair of words that doesn't quite fit with the others. Which pair of words is grammatically the odd one out? A am is, B bear bore, C fly flew, D go went, E eat ate. The answer here is A, am is. Why? Because am and is are both present tense forms of the verb to be. The other pairs show a present tense verb alongside its past tense form, like bear and bore. Question 29. This time, we're looking for the odd one out based on a different kind of relationship between the words. Which pair of words is the odd one out? A. Deafening silence. B. Alone together. C. Open secret. D. Bittersweet. E shouted loudly. The correct answer is E. Shouted loudly. All the other options are what we call oxymorons, phrases that combine words with opposite meanings. Deafening silence, alone together, open secret, and bittersweet all create this kind of contrast. Shouted loudly, however, is just a normal description. Question 30. In this question, we need to rearrange the 3-letter word that completes the word in capital letters, finishing the sentence in a sensible way. The climber grabbed onto a UBLORDE. Which of the following is true of the missing 3-letter word? A. The first letter is U. B. The first letter is B. C. The first letter is L. D. The first letter is O. E. The first letter is R. The correct answer is option B. The missing word was BOU, so the first letter is B. Question 31. Okay, code time. Each letter in these words has a secret number code, and we need to crack it. We have the words MZJU, PMUZ, UJZP, and jump, and we know their codes are 3564, 2345, and 4652. We just don't know which code goes with which word, but that is okay. So which sequence of numbers represents the code for the word jump? A. 3254, B. 6543, C. 5634, D. 6432, E. 5243. The correct answer is option D. Using patterns from the codes, from MZJU equals 3564, M equals 3, Z equals 5, J equals 6, U equals 4, now apply to jump. J equals 6, U equals 4, M equals 3, P equals 2, so jump equals 6, 4, 3, 2. Question 32. Final question. 3 competitors from France, Germany, and Italy are in a triathlon. We have some statements about who won which medal, but only one of them is false. We need to figure out which statement is the lie. A. Germany wins the gold medal. B. Italy does not win the bronze medal. C. France wins the silver medal. D. France does not win the gold medal. E. Italy wins the bronze medal. The correct answer is option B. If only one of the statements is false, all the others must be true. If statement B is false, then Italy does win the bronze. That means E is true, and it doesn't contradict. C and A can also remain true. But if any other statement were false, it would lead to contradictions. So B must be the false one.
So now I'm going to be going to the answers to the MVR section of this homework. So let's start with the first question. So for these, one thing to not get confused by is the fact you're looking at them horizontally. So these two, and seeing the change between these two, and then applying that change to the bottom two. So let's look at them now. So in this one, the black square is just mirrored, so that's just going to be reflected in the next box. So it's here in this one, so it's going to be here in that one. So we can rule out option B already because it's in the wrong place. It's at the top. So this is supposed to be the black one. Then the lines, they rotate 90 degrees, and they now go from being horizontal to vertical, and they change to this style. So I'm just gonna draw them in here like that. They're supposed to be black, so we can already rule out A because it's the wrong style. Then the plus sign now becomes a white square in the same position. So it's here in this one. So the white square is going to be here. So the answer is D, because it's got the white square at the top, not C because it's in the wrong place. Next question. Again, it's these two. So here, what's happened is the whole square has rotated 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So we're going to do that for the bottom ones now as well. And you can tell that it's rotated anti-clockwise because this is now like upright, kind of. So yeah, so we're just going to rotate this one now. So we're going to have a white one here and a white one here, and then two white ones going down, and then a black one here and a black one here. So that leaves us with the answer, which is B. We got white, black, white at the top, two white ones going down, and then two black ones in the corner. Next question. Again, it's these two that we're looking at. What's happened here is that this line thing has rotated 90 degrees, so it's gone from being horizontal to vertical. So this horizontal line will now become vertical as well. So we can rule out A because it's still horizontal. We can rule out B because here it's got a little line attached to it when the original one doesn't. And we can rule out D for the same reason because it's got a little line attached to it when the original doesn't. So that already leaves us with the answer C. And just to confirm it's C, here the black and white ones switch corners. So that means the white one will be here and the black one will be here in this one. So I'll just colour that one in to show that's the black one. And, sorry, I'm drawing it the wrong way around. The white one will be here and the black one will be here, which is how it is, white one and black one. So yeah. Next question, again, it's these two. Here what's happened is, imagine these, the squares attached to these lines, have rotated 90 degrees. So the black ones will be here and the white ones will be here, and then we've just kind of merged the black ones together to form this rectangle, and then the white ones are just on top. So if we do the same here, rotate this one 90 degrees, the bottom one, it will end up looking like with a black one in this corner, a white one here, and a black one here. So that leaves us with the answer, which is D, because we've got black, white, which is how I've drawn it. Next one now is the odd one out questions. So here, the odd one out here is B, because all the rest of them have the right angle triangle at the top, whereas in B it's at the bottom. So yeah. Next question. Here, I'm gonna just for these ones, I'm gonna say which one the odd one out is and then explain why. So here, the odd one out is D, and that is because all the rest of them have two black and two white, whereas for D there's only one black and then three white. Next question. Here the odd one out is A, and that is because in all the rest of them the black and white rectangles are always on the same side of the line, whereas in A they're on opposite sides of the line. Next question here. Here the odd one out is D, because all the rest of them have 2 shapes, whereas D has 3. Next question. This one is a bit of a confusing one. The odd one out here is E, and it's because of the way. So basically, from A to D, they're all the same image, they're just rotated. So when you rotate A 90 degrees clockwise, you will form D. So this is the first one, and then you'll form D, and then rotate that 90 degrees clockwise, you'll form B, and then rotate that 90 degrees clockwise, you'll form C. Whereas E is kind of like a flipped version of it. It doesn't follow the pattern. Because in E and B, this is in the top right corner, but it's kind of the opposite way around, because here the triangle is in that corner, whereas here it's in this one, and B is the correct one. So E is the odd one out because it doesn't follow that same pattern when you rotate it. Next question, we're gonna have a clock that goes in this bottom corner. So in all of them, just looking at them, they all have 4 black squares. So we can already rule out D because it's only got 3. Ruling things out makes it easier as you go along. Next, so the way it goes is you have one that forms like a cross, and then like a normal like plus sign, and then you have, and that's that one here, and that one here, and then you've got one that's like that, kind of an X tilted to the left, and then you've got one that's an X tilted to the right. So in the missing one, we're missing one that's like a X tilted that way. So the answer here is B, because we've got the X tilted that way. Next question. Here, this one again is another confusing one. So the answer here is C, and this one is a bit hard to explain why exactly it is C, but basically each of the so here, as you can see, these two are like mirror images, and so for the missing one, we're also gonna mirror some of the shapes, but we're going to leave some of them out. So we're gonna mirror that one. That's supposed to be the black one, and we're gonna have a smaller black one on top as well, and then the white rectangle. Because as you can see here, the white rectangle rotated 90 degrees for this one, so this one will also rotate 90 degrees for that one. And yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time on that one because that one's a bit complicated. Next question here, now it's which figure belongs in neither group. So you've got to find the pattern for group 1 and the pattern for group 2, and select the box that doesn't follow the pattern for either. So in group 1, the pattern is all of them have a black rhombus, so we can rule out any that have that in the answers. So A has a black rhombus and D has a black rhombus. So, and then in group 2, the pattern here is that two is that there's always one shape that's got straight sides. So the square, tilted square or rhombus, and a triangle. And C does have that, whereas B doesn't have any black rhombus or any straight-sided shape. So B is the answer. Next question. Here, this pattern's obvious. So here it's circles, and here it's squares. So all of them in group 1 have circles, and all of them in group 2 have squares. So A has a square, we can rule it out. B has squares, rule that out. C has circles, we can rule that out, leaving us with the answer, which is D, because it's got a circle and a square. Next question. For domino questions, it's best to write the numbers on top. Sorry, I don't know why I started writing 1, 2. 2, 6, 1, 5, 3, 5, 1, 6, 2, 4. So here you may have noticed, but vertically all of them add up to 7. 2 and 5 add 7, 6 and 1 add to 7, 6 and 1 add to 7, 5 and 2 add to 7, and 3 and 4 add to 7. So here but all the answer options also add to 7. So the other thing is that we've already got the 5 and 2 and the 6 and 1 on this side. Sorry. So we're going to need the 3 and the 4 one. So the answer for this one is D, because we've got the 6 and 1, 5 and 2, 3 and 4 all on this side already, but we've only got 5 and 2 and 6 and 1 on this side. We haven't got the 3 and 4 already, so the answer is D. Next question. So for these, just draw the squares in. So as you can see here, it's kind of like reflected, but the colours have swapped. So the white swapped to the black. So here the two blacks at the top will now be 2 white squares at the bottom. And then as you can see here, we had horizontal lines, but then here we don't have them. So if you've got a horizontal line in one half, you're not going to have it in the half. So these two will just remain plain with nothing in them. So the answer for this one is C, white square at the bottom with nothing in these two. And also it's because in the bottom half the line will be going in this direction, as you can see these two also form like a V shape, so these two will also be a V shape meeting at the same point. Whereas with D, even though it has the right like colours and square pattern thing, but the line is going in the wrong direction. Next question. Here, same type of question. So for this one, we've got we're gonna have, so basically for these, the top line is the same as the bottom one, it's just in the opposite order. So here this square is now here, circle is now here, so it's just reversed order. So the rhombus has next to it the square, so the square will be here, so we can already rule out C because it doesn't have a square there. And then these two are also the reverse. So here we're going to have the black square with the white one in, and then here we're going to have the black circle. So the answer for this one is B. Ooh. Sorry, I've actually drawn these the same way. Sorry, the black circle is going to be in this one because it's opposite, and then the black square with the white square inside is going to be here. So So we've got the white square at the bottom here, the black circle above it, and then the black square with the white square inside next to black. Next question here. Now it's which figure is the odd one out. So here, the odd one out is C because all the rest of them have two black shapes in each row, whereas in C there's 1, 2, 3. So that's why it's the odd one out. Next question. Here, the odd one out is B because all the rest of them have two shapes that are the same in each one. So here we've got these two. And actually they just have at least two shapes that are the same. It doesn't have to be two sets. And then these two, and they have to be the same color as well. And then here we've got these, sorry, they're not the same. These two that are the same here. Whereas in B, so these two are the same shape but they're different colors. And these two, the lines are in opposite directions. So that's why B is the odd one out. Because all the rest have two shapes that are the same, exact same. Whereas B doesn't have any two that are the exact same. So that's why B is the odd one out. And that's the end of these questions.